Several months ago, we announced to you that we were going to go full time in our RV. And other than our videos of our travels, we haven't given you an update. So stay tuned, it's all happening now. So back in the spring, we announced to you that we were selling our house and going full time in the RV. So Trisha, why don't you catch us up to date on what we've been up to? We also have a couple announcements to give you too, so you're going to want to stick around for this. Go ahead, baby.
So it's been 6 months since we sold our house and moved into the RV full time.
That's right, it has been 6 months.
Yeah, it's been 6 months, and we think we've got it figured out. It's a process like everything else. But we sold our house very quickly.
Sold it ourselves. No realtor.
Which also made it go a lot faster. But the market was perfect and went really well with that. And because it happened so quickly, we had to move out of the house pretty fast within just a couple of months. So instead of trying to downsize and put everything in storage and have weekly yard sales and all of that to get rid of all of our stuff, we got a small storage unit for the things that we absolutely want to keep for when we come off the road and our, forever treasures. And then we hired an estate sale company to come in and take care of all of the sale. And so if you are thinking about going full time and you're overwhelmed by the idea of having to downsize and get rid of your stuff, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you go this route. So we had an estate sale company come in. They staged everything in the house, kind of like an antique store, and set everything up and, put all the baskets together and put all the whatever together. They tagged everything. They cleaned everything. They sold everything. And then they also took away anything that didn't sell afterwards. So we didn't even have to deal with that. So the company that we worked with, there was a flat fee, and then there was also a percentage of the total sales that they got as their payment.
Over the flat fee.
But we still were able to walk away with way more cash than we thought we would ever get. We thought that if we would break even, we'd be happy as long as we didn't owe them anything. But they sold all the furniture. They even told us when they came through the walkthrough to don't throw out your spices, your cleaning supplies.
Don't throw anything out.
Your coat hangers. Anything. And believe it or not, people would come in and buy like half bottles of spices or cleaning stuff. And so we did. And so we sold every plate, every spoon, everything that either wasn't going in the rig or wasn't going into storage. And it was such an easy process.
Yeah, we ended up making some money out of it.
And we didn't have to do a thing. And so we just sat back and watched it all happen.
But the you mentioned having to move out kind of quickly. That was the big reason why we had to move out quickly, because they couldn't start with us living in the house.
Right.
So they were pushing us to move out. At the same time, we were trying to get to the Grand Design Rally in New England, and so that was like our deadline. And we literally moved out of the house and went to the rally.
Yeah, it was funny because people at the rally would say, "Oh, you live full time in your RV?" We say, "Yeah." "How long you been doing that?" 2 days. It was so funny. They were like, "Oh."
Yeah. So we very easily, I would say, right, without incident, we made the move to Virginia. And I think we talked in the announcement video what precipitated this. Your job got eliminated, so it forced you to get creative in your search. And since we met in Virginia, we thought, Trisha thought, and because her teaching career started in Virginia, she thought that what a she should explore options here as long as I was open to the idea. And I'm like, when do we leave? So,
Yeah, and it all worked out because I ended up getting a position at the school of my dreams, and it's also launching me, you know, toward pursuing my doctorate, which starts next summer.
yeah. And so when we looked at housing prices down here, uh, we were like, wow, the market's really gone up. And so we're like, well, what do we need to buy a house for? We have one parked in the driveway, and it even has a washer and dryer. So that made us, it ended up being a springboard for us to go full time in the RV.
It really did. It really was like, why are we waiting to, we kept saying, well, when we retire in 8 years when I'm done teaching. And it just kind of dawned on us like, what are we waiting for? Why don't we just do it now?
Yeah, so it just, it's not what we envisioned for full time. Our vision for full time was the pure definition of you go travel the country and move from place to place. So we're stationary most of the year, but it's still precipitating while we're both working because I work remotely. It's still precipitating or promoting more travel for us because typically, once the fall would hit in Maine, we'd winterize it, the RV, and not use it again until May.
Right.
So when our, the campgrounds start opening up. So what we're able to do now, living in the RV full time, is we don't have to winterize it, obviously. And Trisha has nice breaks for Christmas and spring break and summers off. So we're traveling those times. So that kind of leads us to an announcement that we want to make that hopefully we'll be disciplined enough in recording it. But for Christmas, we're going to
NOLA! New Orleans.
Going to Nolans.
Going to Nolans.
So
and we're so excited. So I have about a 2-week Christmas break. So we're headed to New Orleans, where I've never been. I've always wanted to go. Big G's gone a few times, but he'll, be able to show me around. But we've got some really fun stuff planned for that week that we're there.
Yeah, so I'm going to take some vacation time. We're really excited because we're gonna on the way down we're gonna stop at a Love's overnight
and a Buc-ee's,
and we're gonna have a first time Buc-ee's experience because there's a couple Buc-ee's along the way too. So excited about that as well, and not to mention all the things we're gonna do in New Orleans. So I don't know. Do you want to reveal what our plans are in New Orleans?
Sure.
Yeah.
We are going on a food tour. We're taking, we're big foodies, just like if you've been following us for a while. Well, I don't know if they know about when we were on our honeymoon. On our honeymoon in Prince Edward Island, we actually took a cooking class for our honeymoon because we're just big foodies. And where else to go than New Orleans for amazing food? So we're going on a food tour. We're taking a cooking class at the New Orleans School of Cooking, which I'm really excited about because it comes with an apron. And and then we're going to one of the plantations, which I'm just looking forward to seeing the history and understanding the culture. And I can't wait to learn more about the influence of the French and Creole and all of that kind of stuff down there. And the music, and what else are we doing? Those are the big 3 things, right?
Yep. The food tour is going to include the neighborhood of Treme, if I'm saying that right.
Yes.
And so we're going to learn a little bit about the history of one of America's oldest neighborhoods.
Yep.
And the influence of music there. So this tour is going to be catered towards food and history. And so we're really excited about that. And we're just going to explore. We've been asking our friends online, for restaurant recommendations. I mean, I've been there for work several times throughout the past 30 years, but I don't know well enough to say, oh, we got to go here, here, and here. So it'll be a fun adventure for us. And so we're really looking forward to that. And then I think we're talking about for spring break going to Florida for the week because living here in the South, a lot of these places are more accessible to us than they were in Maine. So, and then we have our summer plans as well already figured out. So, but that seems to be too far in the future. We'll deal with that then. But what else do we want to share? So we got moved down here, and we got settled in. It's now we're already dealing, because it's Thanksgiving weekend, some overnight freezing temps. So we got a heated hose. We're using our heated tanks. And
we're trying to keep the dogs warm.
Yeah, we got the furnace going, and so we're comfy cozy in here. And what would you say is your impression 6 months into this? Oh, that's my thumb. Sorry. 6 months into this, what do you think?
Oh.
Smart decision?
Yes, smart decision. I love the freedom that this has afforded us. I also, was at that point in my life that I was tired of being a homeowner and like putting money into a sticks and bricks only to have things continually break, big things, right? And so we were in an older house, which was at that point where water heaters, furnaces, roofs, big ticket items were going to have to be redone. And, you spend all that money and you have nobody who drives by and says, wow, your roof looks amazing, right? Nobody cares. And so the maintenance, and we lived on a decent sized lot that took an hour and a half to mow. And then in Maine, you've got raking with the leaves and the pine straw. And then you've got the snow that you have to deal with, and the shoveling the deck. And I just was done. I just, at 56, I don't want to spend every weekend cleaning, fixing, mowing, yard work. I don't want to do that. I would much rather spend my weekends exploring, bike riding, hiking, living this life. And so in the RV, it literally takes us, between us, a half an hour to clean the whole thing. I have a washer and dryer. I do my laundry here. It's only the two of us. So even though I don't have a dishwasher, doing the dishes is not a big deal. But
we take turns.
We take turns.
We share the chores.
We share the chores. But it's just the freedom of it.
Because there aren't many chores.
No.
Where we're living, they cut the grass.
They take out the trash.
They weed whack. They do once they cut, they blow the lot with the leaf blower. Trash, they come and get it. In the warmer months, they're getting it every day. Right now, they're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But we can just take it ourselves when we need to, because they have dumpsters in a fenced off area where the maintenance shed is, and we can easily take it there. And I'll show you how we do that here in a little bit. But we don't really have any maintenance here at all, and it's quite wonderful. And tell them, what describe this resort we're staying in.
So this resort we're staying in is amazing, and it's on a little strip of land between a bay and the ocean. So if you look out the front of the rig, we have a bay where the sun sets every night. It's
beautiful sunsets.
Stunning sunsets. And behind us is the ocean. So we can hear the waves from here. It's about a block away.
When the wind's blowing in the right direction, we can definitely hear the waves crashing.
The sun rises, obviously, ocean, and then sets over the bay. And I have to go to school so early that I get to see both. I get to see the sun rising in the morning and setting when I come home. It's just a beautiful, beautiful area. It's not as touristy as other beachy towns.
Yeah, they're just beach houses.
Just beach houses. It's not like
and condos.
Condos, yeah. So it's not like like hotels and surf shops and all of that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna give you all a tour of the resort here.
But there are tiny houses.
Yeah.
In here, there's RVs in here, and there's like full-time models.
Are you doing laundry?
I'm doing laundry. So we're shaking because I'm doing laundry.
The machine's making the whole rig bounce.
The washing machine is spinning. And it feels like takeoff. Like we always say, like we're at Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, we have liftoff. Once we start bouncing around, we're like, we have liftoff. So, but I'll take you on a tour of the resort. It's got a couple of swimming pools.
Yep.
We're like, I don't know what, called a block from the entrance to this resort. And, a block from there is the ocean front. So we go there, and sometimes just to have coffee and sit at the beach. Other times when we've had our kids visit, we've gone over and actually had, beach days where we're actually in the ocean and cooling off. It's awesome. So we couldn't ask for a better situation. Although there are spiders like you wouldn't believe, putting webs everywhere. They even can get in the rig. So we contract an exterminating service, and they come every 2 months and spray and treat the place because it's overwhelming. So, but yeah, so we have a couple of surprises for you to share, and we also want to put our Virginia sticker on the side of the RV. So
we've been here for 6 months and we haven't put our Virginia sticker on yet.
Yeah, how many times have we talked about it? Oh, we still need to put that sticker on.
We still need to put the sticker on, yeah.
So, but our trip to New Orleans is going to add a lot of states to the map.
a lot of states to the map.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. So, we'll be right back. Next thing you see is we'll put the sticker on the RV. That's always a big deal to us. See you in a few.
All right, 6 months after being here, we finally put the sticker on the map. And I'm so excited because it has King Neptune on it, which is a really cool statue, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, we just did a short featuring it with the Christmas lights, remember?
Yep.
There we go.
Woohoo!
So we get around.
Yeah, so next week,
Trip?
in 3 weeks, we'll have South Carolina, Georgia. We're not staying overnight in Alabama though, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
And Louisiana. So
yeah,
we're gonna
add all this in 3
5?
weeks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're gonna add all this in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's basically the way we're going. Actually, North Carolina we've already been, but we're gonna hit North Carolina and then come across to Louisiana.
Yep.
New Orleans.
Yep. So we'll have those 5 filled in, and then Florida in the spring.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Yeah, there we go. Hey campers, we are on our way to do the exciting task of getting propane, because what we're finding is we're burning through about a tank a week with having the furnace on during this cold snap that we're having. But it made me think of something I wanted to say to you, that if you are looking to go make the transition to full-time RV life and you have questions about how we did it, like the estate sale that Trisha was talking about, or any other questions about selling your house by yourself, because that makes 3 times I've sold my house without a realtor. But if you have questions about how we are able to go full-time, put them in the comments. We'll definitely respond. Another thing I want to say is we appreciate every one of you for viewing our videos and liking and subscribing, especially our subscribers. We appreciate the hell out of you. And you can do us a favor, to anybody stopping by our channel for the first time, hit that like button and also consider subscribing. In making the decision to go full-time, you may recall that we used to have a 2021 GMC HD 2500 gas truck, and it does a great job pulling our RV, but we decided in our learning curve that diesel would be better, but not for the reasons that you might think. The reason why we wanted to go with diesel is because of ease of refueling when you're when you're towing your RV. Gas stations or the gas pumps, even at truck stops for gas, they all face the building, and also the roof clearance isn't always something you can rely on for what your needs are. And so we realized that diesel would allow us easier access to the pumps because we can use the truck lanes, pull straight in, and have an easy way to get out. So in looking around at trucks, we were looking, just for a 3500 diesel, long bed, just to upgrade, but they were really hard to find at the time. So after a lot of back and forth, this is what we ended up with. Boom. 3500 dually. Let's check it out. So here she is, our 3500 2024 3500 HD Denali with the Duramax, with the 10-speed Allison transmission. And this baby is a lot of fun to drive. We weren't looking for a Denali, but it was really hard to find trucks because they were getting ready to switch over the factory to the 25 models, and so there wasn't a whole lot out there. And so just by default and seeing what our budget could handle, we ended up pushing the envelope a bit and getting the Denali. So but it wasn't all wonderful when we picked it up. There was a vibration in the wheel, and so to make a long story short, we finally got that fixed, and they had to put hub extenders. They had to replace them because they were a little bit off center, and so it took like 2-3 months to finally get that resolved, and more like 3 months. And now it drives like a dream. It drives really nicely. So got the long bed, and we also switched the hitch to a gooseneck so that I could have use of the bed when we're not towing. And so here she is. She looks so beautiful. And actually our fuel miles have increased as well, definitely improved. So let's take a quick peek on the inside. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's got the brown interior. Man, is she pretty. Loving it. So the reason why we got the dually is because a friend of ours, who they've been living full time, and they have a Solitude that is 42 feet long, and he's like, I'd get the dually because you're just going to have a better towing experience. And we are planning on upgrading the RV to a Solitude. Right now we have a 23 Grand Design Reflection 337 RLS, and we've quickly learned that we could really benefit from more space. So we plan on ordering, hopefully in January, a Solitude, I forget the model number, but it's got the rear elevated living room with the storage underneath, kitchen in the middle, and standard bedroom in the front. So we plan on ordering that in January. And so when we do, obviously you want to have a truck that can handle it, and this dually is going to be more than adequate. So another thing we wanted to do, or mostly I wanted to do, we came down here in April to take a look at this property, which I'm about to show you. I'll give you a little tour of our resort. As we noticed, a lot of people use different types of transportation. So I just kept joking, half serious, that if we're going to live here, we're going to have to get one of these. And here it is. Boom. Golf cart. Now here she is in all her glory. It is the Go Tracks golf cart, which is really a generic, golf cart. They label them under different brands, and they sell these under the Raka, RACKA label at Tractor Supply. But I got mine off of a local owner of a local car dealership, and he had some of these brand new, and so we bought it off of him. And because this where we live, the whole city is golf cart friendly, we went ahead and got this baby licensed, and we can drive it on the city streets. So we use this to go to the beach. We use it, sometimes I use it during the week, and even when Trisha's with me on the weekends, because she has to go to school every day. About 3 or 4 miles down the road is a grocery store. I'll take it there. I've even taken it down to the local sub place and ordered, gone down, picked up my lunch, and came back. I also sometimes will take our e-bike down We have electric 3.0 XP bikes, matching bikes, and sometimes I'll ride it down there, but the golf cart's a lot of fun too. So I'm going to give you a tour of our resort, and we're going to do it by golf cart. The first amenity I'm going to show you are the tennis courts that are right at the entrance to the resort. And here's the clubhouse here, and you can see the beginning of one of the canals that will go out into the bay, and I'll show you the bay once we get through the gate to enter the resort. One of the nice things, another nice thing about the resort, it's a gated community, so you have to have the passcode to get in. Let's go take a look. See the bay from here. Isn't that beautiful? And right next door is a bar restaurant that has a lot of wedding receptions, special events. Over here we have our first of 2 swimming pools, closed for the season, but swimming pool just the same. And let's go show you the neighborhood. Forgot to point out our second swimming pool, and this is the building next to it that has bathrooms for men and women, and it has a laundry facility too, and a little outside shower. It's a nice little pool to hang out. And here she is, Second Chances, right there. There's our little piece of paradise. So what we're going to do now is we're back at our site, and I want to just show you how close by golf cart we are to the beach. So we're going to take a little ride. I'll probably time lapse it, and you'll see how easy it is to get to the beach whenever we want to venture out. Here we go. there you have it. In exactly 2 minutes of a golf cart ride, we're at the beach. Let's go take a look. Let's go see what the ocean looks like today. Keep in mind, it is the first day of December, Thanksgiving weekend 2024. Not a bad place to live, isn't it? We love it here. And we are so happy, blessed, and appreciative of the opportunity we have to be mobile and travel and live in a place like this. It's amazing. I'm going to flip the camera around one more time because you can see the bay from here. I never realized that, but beautiful view. Bay. Come around this side. There's the ocean. I mean, look at this. Sailboat. There it is. Sailboat. Man, they gotta be freezing. Okay, folks, that's it for our video. We hope that you're all caught up now, stuck around long enough to get caught up and seeing where our home is and the type of camping we're going to be doing. Again, if you have questions about how we went full-time, just put your question in the comments. We respond to everything. And thanks for coming along for the ride and subscribing and sharing and liking. You guys really help us out. We love you so much for following our journey. In the meantime, I still have Newfoundland videos to edit and put up. I just put up our iceberg episode, and the next stop is going to be Twillingate. So look for our O Canada series on our channel and check those out. I think they're a lot of fun. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching.